This institution is breaking. It has decayed. Even the President of the United States of America said that very soon the majority of the American nation will consist of bastards, born out of any legal wedlock. One parent family. The family has gone to ruins. To reform this family, to make it a very strong institution. Because the wall is made of blocks or bricks. If each brick is strong, then the wall will be strong. So this society is composed of families. If each family is strong, disciplined, organized, then the whole society will be organized and disciplined. And this family, what joins them is the wombs of the mothers. Wal arham, just note how much importance Quran is stressing on this kingship, this relationship due to wombs. Wattaqullaha alladhi tasaaluna bihi wal arham. Here you have to use the word ittaqu again. Wattaqul arham. Wal arhama. It is maf'ul. Wattaqullaha. Have regard for Allah. Wattaqul arhama. And have regard for this relationship based on the wombs of your mothers. Inna Allah kana alaykum raqiba. Verily Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watchful over you. He is seeing you, watching you, what you are doing. وَآتُوا الْيَتَامَى أَمْوَالَهُمْ. The second downtrodden section of the society, orphans. Women and then orphans. The women have been exalted. The womb of the mother brought closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَاتَّقُوا الْأَرْحَامَ وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ الَّذِي تَسَأَلُونَ بِهِ وَالْأَرْحَامَ. You know the position of the mother, the respect that you must show to her. Al-Jannatu tahta aqdamil ummahat. The Prophet said, paradise is under the feet of the mothers. Now the second section, downtrodden, oppressed. Atul yatama amwalahum. Hand over to the orphans their properties and belongings. If somebody has died, he has left orphans, they are still minor, they can't look after their affairs, the whole thing goes in the hands of the uncles, and now those uncles are not paying and giving over the property of the orphans to them. They are eating it up. So these are now deprived. وَآتُوا الْيَتَامَى أَمْوَالَهُمْ. You must hand over the property of the orphans to them. وَلَا تَتَبَدَّلُوا الْخَبِيثَ بِالطَّيِّبِ. Don't change anything which is bad of your possessions with something which is good in their possession. I will give these things to him. Well, the bad things I can change, I can place here. I will complete the number of this orphan. Your father had left 10 camels. Well, I have given you 10 camels, but not the good camels that the father had left, but the weak ones, the diseased ones. وَلَا تَتَبَدَّلُوا الْخَبِيثَ بِالطَّيِّبِ وَلَا تَأْكُلُوا أَمْوَالَهُمْ إِلَىٰ أَمْوَالِكُمْ. Don't try to eat up their property by mixing it with your own property. When you intermix the two, then it's very easy to be dishonest. You must keep the property of the orphan, which is under your guardianship, separate, discreet. Don't mix it with yours, so that you can, knowingly or unknowingly, you misuse your authority and you eat up their property. إِنَّهُ كَانَ حُوبًا كَبِيرًا. Verily, it's a very big crime in the eyes of Allah. وَإِنْ خِفْتُمْ أَلَّا تُقْسِطُوا فِي الْيَتَامَى. And if you fear, you are afraid that you will not be able to do justice to the orphan girls. This ayah is very important because some of the people who don't believe in hadith or sunnah of the Prophet, the munkareen of sunnah, they have misinterpreted this ayah. The real interpretation comes from a hadith from Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anha. And we shall see that very explanation is given by Quran itself in ayah number 127 of this very surah. We shall read it, inshallah. What is the background of this ayah? Because, if somebody had minor orphan girls under his guardianship, and that minor girl had some property also which was left over by her parents. Now a person who is the guardian marries her. There's no need of giving any dowry. She's under your control. She's already under your thumb. And there's nobody to ask for her rights. You can treat her as you like. Because she was an orphan. She didn't have anybody, any father, any brothers to look after her rights. So they used to do it. Well, this is the orphan. I marry her. Now all the property comes to me, and nobody is there to ask for the rights of this orphan girl. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَإِنْ خِفْتُمْ أَلَّا تُقْسِطُوا فِي الْيَتَامَى. If you are afraid that you won't be able to do justice in case of the orphan girls. Here yatama means the orphan girls. فَانْكِحُوا. Don't marry them, but marry مَا تَابَ لَكُم مِّنَ النِّسَاءِ. You can marry other women who please you, whom you like. Masna wa sulasa wa ruba'. The Sharia of Allah is allowing you to have 2 wives at a time, 3 at a time, even 4 at a time, not more. That is the last. Masna wa sulasa wa ruba'. There are so many women. If you have to marry, you can marry other women. Don't marry this orphan girl which is under your guardianship, because you won't be able to do justice to her. And she will not be backed by any support from her own family. So you are very much liable to do injustice. One. وَإِنْ خِفْتُمْ أَلَّا تُقْسِطُوا فِي الْيَتَامَى فَانكِحُوا مَا تَابَ لَكُم مِّنَ النِّسَاءِ مَثْنَىٰ وَثُلَاثَ وَرُبَاعَ. You are allowed to marry 2 or 3 or 4 at a time. وَإِنْ خِفْتُمْ أَلَّا تَعْدِلُوا. But this permission of marrying more than one woman is conditional. إِنْ خِفْتُمْ أَلَّا تَعْدِلُوا. If you are afraid you won't be able to do justice between these wives, فَوَاحِدَةٌ. Then you should have only one wife, because you have to do justice. Justice in all the measurable things. All the measurable things. The time that you spend with this wife must be equal to the time you are spending with the other wife.